Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Iulia and in case you're new here, welcome. Today I'm gonna share with you my work experience and the reality of working in an architectural practice. Well, at least my reality. I've decided to film this video because previously I taught you how to prepare for an interview, how to do your portfolio, and also because loads of you asked me personally on Facebook or Instagram to talk more about myself and my journey and what I'm up to. I haven't spoken too much about this because I feel quite awkward to share personal things here on YouTube, but I decided to share this experience with you guys and share my reality of how it is to work in an architectural practice. The idea for this video was to share a few good things and a few bad things about working in an architectural practice. The problem is that I could find only one good thing and around 4 or 5 bad things about working in an architectural practice. Should we start with the good things? Yeah, I think we should because it's just one thing for me. Well, why this was a good experience for me? It was a good experience because it was the first time when I had the chance to work in an office, which was amazing because I learned how to deal with projects and I saw how projects are dealt with in an office. Also, I've learned how to communicate better and work within a group and how to deal with certain things, which is a great experience and something that I would recommend to everyone. Also, why it's a good experience, this is like a plus. Okay, let's say two good things about working in an architectural practice. The second thing would be that you can see where the architects are. Okay, you can see where you can be in a few years. You can see your future if you like it or not. So if you can't decide whether you want to continue studying architecture during your masters, I highly recommend you to get a job for at least a year if you haven't so far, and then it's gonna help you decide whether this is the right decision for you or it's not. Okay, so let's move on to the bad things. Firstly, I absolutely hated the working hours. Work as an architect or as an architectural assistant is never ending and stressful as well. I've always thought that when I'm going to work, life is gonna be so much easier, and after 5 o'clock, half 5, I'm gonna be free and I can do whatever I want. I can go out, I don't know, I can do whatever I want, and also I will have some money. This was me a few years ago, maybe last year or maybe a few months ago, to be honest with you. Well, it's not really like that because you will get home after 5 or maybe it's gonna be half 6 as it was for me, and you won't really have time for yourself as I thought. You will have to cook something because you're starving, or maybe you'll have to do shopping in order to cook something, or you know, like real house stuff, chores that you have to do every single day, and things that you have to do normally as a human being. Without even realizing it, it's gonna be 10 p.m. and all you've done that day is go to work and eat something, and then the routine continues and it repeats itself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really understand and I'm aware that this whole world, well, almost everyone is working like that and is having a schedule from 9 to 5. But for me, it was just, unbearable. Are you working from 9 to 5 or half 5? How are you handling it? Because I would really love to hear that from you. I would love it. I was absolutely leaving only for the weekends. The idea is that I really missed my flexibility and my freedom and organizing my time the way that I want. You know, at least if the working hours were more flexible, I think that the whole experience would have been so much better for me. The second thing that I absolutely hated was not being part of a team and never ever knowing what you're gonna do in the next hour. Let's not even talk about tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Probably it's not like this everywhere. I'm sure it's not. I bet it isn't. But this is how it was for me. Maybe it's like this because we're just part ones and no one cares. Who knows? Let me know. Well, I don't know, but what I know is that I really like to have a schedule and having my work more organized and knowing what I'll have to do and what I'll have to focus on the next day or in the day after tomorrow, or what's gonna be my project for the next month. I would love to know that. I don't like to be all over the place and not knowing anything. Do you like working in a hectic environment? Let me know, because I'm really curious to hear your stories and hear what you think. As a part 1, you will do the shittiest things. Get used to the idea. That's normal, and I think this happens everywhere. For me, it was almost always graphic designer work. It wasn't really architectural related. Well, at least I'm enjoying this kind of work and it wasn't such a big issue for me, but to be honest with you, from my year out, I was expecting to gain more knowledge, more technical knowledge, and learn more things and have a bit more of a hands-on experience, which didn't happen. Well, now you're working in an actual office, you're in a working environment, and you will be faced with all sorts of challenges, of course. Some people in the office will expect perfection, even though they are saying, no, we're not expecting anything from you. Well, they are, and they are expecting perfection without any guidance, which sucks because you're in your first year out, you don't know much, and yeah, it's kind of impossible. You're there to learn, right? So I think that's enough for my work experience. I had more downs than ups when it comes to it, but I don't want to generalize it because probably it's different in every single place, and maybe you can have a great experience and you can actually enjoy it more than I did. But if you have mixed feelings like I had and you don't know what to do and you don't feel relatable with your colleagues and your work, I guess it's fine because there are so many other options, right? I'd love to hear your stories, especially if you've studied architecture and you've changed your career or you specialized in something else. I would love to hear your story and your journey. Maybe it's gonna inspire me, and who knows. I would love to hear that from you, so let me know in the comments down below. Just one bad experience shouldn't define who we are and shouldn't discourage us from following our dreams, right? Well, my dream took a bit of a different form and a different route, and you only know what you love doing if you're trying different things, right? So I guess my advice for you would be, if you're in the same position as I am and if you're not sure what you want to do, or you're a bit like a bit overwhelmed about life right now, then just take a moment and see what makes you happy, what was in your life for the longest time, because I think that the most obvious thing that you're always omitting, which was always there, you're not even taking that one into consideration, and that might be the thing that you're supposed to be and do your whole entire life. If you think that someone else can relate to my story, then share my video, and if you're in the same position as I am and you would like to see more videos about my journey and plans for the future and so on, and options for architecture students, then stick around and subscribe to my channel because it helps me a lot, and I love it when I see that I have new subscribers and new people that I can talk to and help, because it makes me so happy to help each and every one of you with everything that I can and know. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye!